Good evening, I'm Rob Bennett, principal at Jeter Watson, and
Good evening.
good to see everyone. Before everyone got here, and I wasn't sure if we were at 6 or we were at 6:30, but I made sure I was here at 6. I've kind of brought you an updated request form from myself. If you want to compare that to the older one, I think I gave everyone there a copy. There's even a copy for roaming when he gets here. Just to go through it, it's pretty self-explanatory. You all kind of know me and my history there a little bit. My number one prioritized need is I'd like to take care of my people. And my people just aren't faculty and staff, but custodians and bus drivers and cafeteria workers and aides and clerical, anybody. And it sounds like from what I've heard at our budget meetings that I've been to, that there's, looks like steps on the pay scale are going to happen, and Ms. Dean Johnson's looking at taking care of some people who may have been left out of some steps and things last year, and I dearly appreciate that. Number two, and I think this is something that I've also heard positive comments about. I really believe at Jeter Watson we could use an additional special education teacher, and I kind of added that with that will co-teach with specified core classes. I just don't want a special ed teacher that is going to just deal with special ed children. I've got special ed teachers now that are planning with regular ed teachers. They're going in and they're assisting in instruction. They're helping assessments. Yes, they also have a caseload where they work with students with IEPs and run IEP meetings, and that season's as well upon us right now. But we've got a great co-teaching initiative going on right now with Jeter Watson, especially in our math department, and I would like to broaden that out maybe into language arts as well. So if we would be fortunate to get another special education teacher, they're going to be co-teaching at least 2 blocks out of the day with a regular ed teacher. And I think Dr. Furman and Ms. Dean Johnson that have been in our building and seen that approach, it's pretty powerful.
I think that helps level the whole situation at that point. It cuts down that separation between a group and a group. And it's got to feel good for everybody.
Instead of my kids, it's our kids. It's not my classroom. And
yeah, it's not just that separate classroom
exactly.
of people there. And I know there are kids that don't qualify that need special help as well.
One of my special ed teachers this year, it's really empowered them to feel more valued. To see them get up, and then the kids don't know who's the regular ed teacher, and they don't know who the special ed teacher is. And we were fortunate to go visit that at Central Academy in Fincastles, where we first watched it through our TTAC representatives and coaches. And we brought it. It's at Covington High School, and it's also at Jeter Watson. So if we were to get that position, they're going to come right in and co-teach and co-plan and just move forward with that.
And we eliminate labels.
Yes. Yes.
That's
And it's very effective. It really is. It's a win-win
sort of the wave of the future.
situation.
Yeah,
It is. It definitely is.
Yes. Okay.
My number 3 is, I know last year it was really tough. Budget was tough last year, and again, I appreciate what was done last year. And I think Edgemont, Jeter Watson, and I think the high school are operating budgets, that money that usually we are allotted, and we divide up in library and nurses and capital improvement, instructional, and that kind of thing. We had to go in and we all found money out of our budgets in order to help you guys make your overall budget. If there is extra funds this year, I would like to have that $3,000 back, and trust me, it will be spent in ways that we need it. Right now, this year, if I've kind of been a little low on money, I can always have a dance, and I can raise money and help do some of the things that we do. Because those kids at Jeter Watson, they love to dance.
They love dancing.
Number 4, I'd like to get some additional Chromebooks, some additional technology in all of our grades. Dr. Furman is actually, I think we have 25 Chromebooks right now on order.
Should be here tomorrow, the parts.
And they could be, we'll get them up and running as soon as possible. But what we want to do with those, when we get them here at first of next week, we get them up and running. In my co-taught math classes, our teachers are really good now. They're doing stations where one teacher's got this group, one teacher's got this group. they're ready to move to like a 3-group station, and we want that technology piece where we can put kids in an independent station with those Chromebooks and revolve and have more small group instruction there. And Dr. Furman and Ms. Nee Johnson have been fortunate to get us, and I call March is my March Math Madness. And they're coming at the right time where we can do this final push, in math, because, we've done a lot of focus on reading, and you guys know that, but we want to make sure our math stays above that 70% as well.
So Rob, you're saying we're getting 25 now, but you want more than that.
Yes.
Is there a number that, all you can get up to what point is, we need 20 more, we need 10 more, we need 50 more, what are you thinking?
Dr. Furman has talked about getting 25 for each grade, so even down to 3rd grade, so not just
What
one
we have
school.
coming, from what I was told tomorrow, we have 25 for 3rd grade and 25 for 6th grade.
Right.
But you would like a set for each grade?
Yeah, and if I could get 25 for 7th grade, 25 for 5th grade, that would be wonderful. But it's not an absolute must,
Right.
but we could put them to use.
And that is in my plan for VPSA money for the technology plan. The issue that we are facing now is with access points with wireless. We have to make sure that our wireless access points have the capability to handle all the Chromebooks at one time. So 6th and 3rd were the 2 grades that they wanted first. And then tomorrow, if they come tomorrow, we're going to test them tomorrow, all 50 of them on an access point to see what happens. And then we will get 25 7th grade, 5th grade.
Of these 25, when we get them, 5 of them will go to my 5th grade math teacher and her co-taught teachers, so they can use that in their small group instruction in math. 5 of them will go to the 7th grade math teacher and her co-taught teacher, and then the other 10 will be split up between 2 6th grade math teachers and their special ed co-teacher there as well. So, and if we just had 25 next year, they'll be on a cart. Different people can sign them out and use them. We still have iPads. We still have laptops. We still have we still have our computer labs, which are wonderful. We have a workroom with 7 computers in that. So we're in good shape, but we always want more.
And then part of that though is we need to look at infrastructure possibly as well as we go along with the VPS money. And that money can be used for that as well. So you may get the infrastructure before you get the Chromebooks so we can use them, but yes, we're going after that. That's good.
And the Chromebooks, in my opinion, also help those children that we do have a lot of Chromebooks at CHS, and that they'll be learning how to be ready for Chromebooks when they get it covered.
Right, it'd be a great transition to what Derek does at the high school. And then over the right-hand side, my wants, and Mr. Reed may say it's a need. I do think our parking lot does need to be relined, repainted, the handicap spaces and the little dashes and double lines and everything. But it does make sense if you're going to do it and you think the cracks need filled in, it'd be good to fill the cracks, seal it, and then paint it. I don't know what that costs, but it could use that. But if we don't have the money for it this year, we'll get by, but you all know about weathering and ice wedging, and that cracks is going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, the longer you wait, the worse it gets.
Number 2, we can always use some paint in some classrooms. They're not terrible, but it's some of the rooms haven't been painted since the school was built, but they're still in good shape. And then I really think if we did some painting, we do have some walls in the bathrooms that need painting. And then if you notice there, a couple years ago we did a little bit of a different color scheme in the hallways, and some teachers and custodians would like to continue that if we could. But again, those are wants. Left-hand side is really what we could use instructionally to really help us out.
Anybody have any questions?
Ms. Hunter, did you get your question answered? I thought your hand.
No, I know we had discussed the Chromebooks for the high school. And so I was going to ask Ms. Furman, when she had said the amount she wanted, that was just for the high school, correct?
No,
What?
I think the 50 that are coming tomorrow is for middle school, right?
25.
3rd grade and 6th
25.
grade.
Okay,
3rd for
30.
25 and 25 or 6th grade.
Okay, so it's a total of 50 that you're going to receive tomorrow? But of those 50, 10 of them are going to the teachers and the co-teachers, is that correct? Is that what you were saying?
All 25 will be used immediately
Okay.
in my math department with my co-taught teachers.
Okay.
No, my question was a little different. When Ms. Furman had made her presentation, I just want to make sure you were wanting more Chromebooks too, right?
Are we talking about the high school?
The high school.
Their Chromebooks are purchased through an e-backpack learning grant.
Okay.
Which is different. And they have, it's based on the 9th grade membership.
Okay.
And I can't quote you the number, 75, 78.
Okay. No, I just remember you talking about that. I didn't know it would come from the same source, but the high school is completely different.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm clarifying for sure, we are getting 50 Chromebooks tomorrow.
Yes.
25.
The cards came today, and I was told the Chromebooks would arrive tomorrow.
Okay.
50.
Which is different purpose.
Half for 6 and the other half for 3rd.
Yes, 25 for
At least.
Mr. Bennett and 25 for Mrs. Morgan's 3rd grade. And they're going to kind of do the same thing, I think, usually, but Mrs. Morgan can address how she's going to use those. Okay. Mr. Bennett, just talk a little bit about what they're going to do with the Chromebooks and you talked about the small stations, but about the diagnostic math program that they're going to use to help some of the struggling math students.
There's a wide variety of websites and that math teachers can put kids on and there's different levels in every class. There's strong math students, there's ones that are a little bit weaker, and then we have some math students that yes, they're in the 5th grade. Yes, they're in the 6th grade, but their math is not at grade level. Just like we have a lot of students who are reading below grade level, their math is not where they need to be. Well, when there's that station time or that small group instruction, if we have those Chromebooks, we have programs that we can educate a child or giving math where they are. So if they're a 6th grader, but they still are struggling in an area they should have learned in 4th grade, in that small group, we can put them down there building those fundamentals they should have gotten in 4th grade, build those foundations. If I need that child to come back maybe for a couple weeks to summer school, I've got that license. I can give them 2 or 3 week, 12 days there in June, come in and then I can maybe get them ready to, instead of going to the 7th grade with 4th grade math ability, they go to the 7th grade with maybe a 5.5 or a 6th grade math. So we're trying to catch them up before they get to the high school today. And we've done that with reading. We're doing a good job with it. But we now know math is an area that we really need to take a look at.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett.
Thank you. I don't think it's very reasonable.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.